Hi, and welcome to Happy Hour Holidays. This is your host, Sean Fabre. And today in studio, we have Huey with Bio, CEO of Bio.
Founder of Bio. Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate the opportunity. You had me on Happy Hour. This is an incredible opportunity that I get to talk about my platform, talk about myself, and hopefully get people around the world a view into my life and to the platform I built.
So, can you describe to the audience exactly what Bio is?
So Bio is your life connected to your family tree through photos, videos, through the stories behind the moments that matter to you the most. It's a place where your family could go and see the life you lived, who you were, and also the moments behind what makes you who you are. It's um, it's a place where it's because your life doesn't just matter to the family you live with. It matters to the family that you never had a chance to meet.
So, it's not a DNA thing, right?
No, nothing like Ancestry, because Ancestry and platforms like that and genealogy platforms, they tend to go backwards, look at court records, DNA records, and try to find your family back from history. Bio is about who you are presently today and the life you live, the values you live with, who you were with your community, who you were as a father, a son, in giving that information to the family years down the line.
So, is it like scrubbing socials, the internet? How exactly do people get on Bio?
So Bio, you go on our website, and what happens is, just to tell you the process, our onboarding process starts where you have these things called milestones. A milestone could be your graduation day, your wedding day, an everyday moment like a daddy-daughter date with you and your child. It could be, a secret family recipe. And these milestones are in our onboarding process. You're able to choose from. We have predetermined milestones that you can choose from. We have overarching categories like education and growth, love and relationship, legacy and impact, and there's milestones underneath those parent categories that you'll be able to choose from. And then on the next screen, you'll be able to actually upload your milestone by posting videos, photos, and a little story, put a date. And then what happens next is you'll be able to preview your bio and see in a timeline of essentially your life. So in all reality, it could be your first steps and then you on your deathbed and everything in between of what you wanted to leave behind. So it's not it's coming from you. It's a platform where you get to tell your story, and it could be something as simple as an everyday moment or those big major life events that you want to leave behind, or the advice that you want to leave behind as well, because that's the thing that people don't really get to know about. It's like, okay, how did you get to where you got into your career? Okay, how did you amass all this wealth or knowledge in schooling or in your financial literacy, things of that nature? Like, your life matters, and what you accomplish on this earth matters to the family that you never got a chance to meet, not just the people that live with you.
So, it almost sounds like a social platform.
So the difference between social media and bio is social media is a platform where you post things for the present, for the people in the public today.
Hmm.
Bio is for the people that come after you that you may not even meet.
Can everybody access your profile on Bio, or is it only your direct, relatives?
So what happens is, so once you sign up on Bio, you'll have a side panel where you go to your My Family tree. That's where you upload and implement everyone in your family that you want, right? And what happens is, once you add everyone to your family, it's not just a stagnant family tree. You'll be able to add all the relatives in your family who have bio profiles. You'll be able to send them a link with their email, and if they have a bio profile, they'll be able to sign up and see, okay, so and so, this relative invited me to their profile. Once they accept, their bio, essentially their life, is connected to wherever they are in your relative's family tree. So let's say my father is on my family tree. I connect to add him, and he accepts. His life that he's uploaded thus far will now be in my family tree wherever I have him there.
Can you pick and choose what they can or cannot see?
Yes, so you're able to, if you want your bio profile fully private, because you're not really comfortable with showing your family just everything that you have thus far, you'll be able to make it private, or you'll be able to make it public as well. We also have a sharing feature. If you want to, share your, bio profile with, one person, you could keep that private link, or you can make it like a public link, or it could only be for your family regarding, so that link that that person has regarding your family tree. They just can't send it out to anyone and everyone. It'll be a place where, okay, if I just want to send it to one of my homeboys or one of my friends, and they'll be able to see, okay, this is your bio. They can't send it out to whoever. But if you want it to be fully public, you could, share that with whoever you would like.
So it's active right now, currently.
Yes,
How
sir.
many members do you currently have?
So we have currently 30 members thus far, but we've launched.
When did you launch?
We launched a month ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so this
is new.
This is very, very, very early platform, and we have about 10 subscribers right now. But my goal right now is to just get the word out on this new concept and what this is, because it is a new concept to understand. So that's really the main goal right now, is to get people to understand this new concept and to understand this benefit.
I mean, it sounds like right now what you're in the middle of is an educational campaign
100%.
in order to describe the platform, teach people, hey, this is why the platform matters. What would you say is the biggest reason you are 100% behind this platform?
I'm 100% behind this product and projects because of how I got to this point. And it's because, I thought about this little boy, right? And how I kind of got to this concept. I kind of want to tell you how I got here, because it'll make bunch more sense how I got to this point. I was sitting in the car with my mom on the way to school. I just finished law school, and we were having a conversation, and something just came over me to ask her this question. I want to ask you. I said, Mom, who is the furthest family member in your life that you know anything about, that you can remember? And we both had the same answer, and it was our great grandmothers. Do you have an answer yourself?
It would probably be my great grandmother as well, on my mother's side.
On your mother's side?
Because I remember visiting her at the nursing home. She had Alzheimer's, and she didn't really know who I was. I was like probably this big. I was probably 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But that would probably be the furthest.
And in that moment, it was a moment.
And I don't know anything about her. I know her name.
Yep. And that's the thing. That's a part of my passion and why I have this. And when she answered that question, I said, Mom, it's almost as if all we are is the family and the generation we live with, and maybe one or two generations after that'll know who you are. And like you said, you don't even know anything that much about her, right?
I mean, I know where she's from, but in her name. But.
So look at that. So the family you grow up with and you live with, they'll know who you are, who is Sean, what he did on this earth, who is he as a man, as a person. And maybe one generation after that, and then after you pass away, it's almost as if your life disappears. It's almost as if like you weren't here. It's almost as if we were just this grain of sand, on earth, because that's pretty much what humanity
Somebody
is.
else is going to live in your house because now you're long gone. Yeah. It ain't your house no more, right?
And I'm like, Mom.
Unless you put it in a trust.
Yep. Get you a trust. That's very, very important. But, in that moment, I thought to 5 generations down the line, it's like maybe there's this kid who is, has aspirations of being an attorney, has aspirations of justice, and he goes to that. He goes to his parents and people in his life like, I want this for my life. I want to be an attorney. And they're like, do you see your circumstances, the cars? Do you see where you're at? We don't even have money for you to go to college, let alone law school, not knowing 5 generations down the line, there was a man named Huey who not only graduated from college, but went to law school and was a successful lawyer. And that kid, 90% of kids will hear that from their parents, and they'll let their circumstances, the cards they were dealt, dictate where they go in their lives, right? But only 10% will hear that and be like, no, I'm going to do this and be successful. And no matter what they say, I'm still going to figure it out. But what if they had a platform, right? Where they could go on a family tree, 5 generations down.
And my relative did this.
And that identity, that representation, he'll feel like there's a person in my lineage that did this. I can do this.
Yes.
And their entire life is changed. So in that moment, that's my passion. That's why I want to do this. It's because my life matters. Your life matters. Everyone who is listening, your life matters to the family you'll never meet 20 years, 50 years, 100 years down the line. Your story, who you were while you were here for these 70, 80 years, it matters. And that's what I want to give people the opportunity to not let their story become a photo in a photo album.
It's essentially exists beyond death.
100%. That's the goal.
Immortality.
That is the goal for your story to live in your great granddaughter can go see who they were and who your great grandfather was on a platform where it's not just a passed down story from a relative about who this guy was. That's like the telephone game or a photo in a photo album of, oh, this was, your grandfather right here. No, you will be able to have that photo and you tell the story yourself.
Actually, now I take back who is the person that I remember, not personally remember, but heard about. We had my uncle on here. When I say we, my brother was co-hosting at the time.
Mm-hmm.
My great grandfather, guy was from Cuba, born and raised in Cuba. He was an entrepreneur. He owned many apartment buildings.
Mm-hmm.
He owned sugarcane farms. The guy was literally loaded. Castro took it all, but that's the person.
And that's the point where, what if he gave you the blueprint of how he amassed his success in all his entrepreneurial activities?
It would have been awesome.
And you get to see step by step.
We had to learn it ourselves.
All on your own, and you see that blueprint. Books, but books, and we have the internet now. And
YouTube University, bro.
Yep. But it's nothing like having that blueprint from a family member giving you that step by step,
first-hand account. I mean, think about it. When I send this podcast episode to you, it's gonna go on your bio.
100%.
Yeah.
In this entire moment, this entire day, it's very monumental for me, and that's something I would want to leave behind in my family. It's like, make sure you are present and do the things that matter in your life and don't take for granted this thing we call life. And that's one thing that a concept like this is very new, because many people are in the rat race of trying to pay for the bills and take care of their family, where when you think about the word legacy, most people think about, someone on their deathbed, 80 or 90 years old, but you're living your legacy right now. And that matters, because documenting your legacy today will save you from being on your deathbed and looking back and telling your kids all these glory stories when you could have documented that in the moment, in real time, because you're living your legacy today. So when people ask me, who is this platform for? Is it for the elderly people? Is it for old folks? It's for anybody who wants to document their legacy.
You know what you should have called it? Biography.
And that's the number one thing as well, where
that's basically
where I came up with the name. That's how I came up with the name of Bio. It started out with, okay, it came out as a biography, right? But what is a biography? Biography is you telling your life from a child to.
Nah, it's a memoir, bro.
100%. Yeah, but traditionally a biography is
telling your story,
the major events and the accomplishments in your life from young to old. But
not just the accomplishments, also the failures.
The failures as well.
That's where you learn the most.
But the reason why I wanted to call it bio is because I kind of wanted to expand the concept, because your life is not a microcosm of even the major accomplishment or major failures. It also could be the everyday moments that make you who you are as well. The daddy-daughter days, like I was saying earlier, or the walk in the park where you felt like a family, with your family, or the family recipes, the advice you want to give back to your lineage. There's a biography and a bio can be those major events, and also where you have moments of loss or failure and how you learn from that. Yes. But it can also be so much more than that, and those everyday moments and those small moments that turn into the biggest things your families hold on to from you. It's so much more than just those major accomplishments or major failures. And that's why I wanted to make it something a little bit different. And I want bio to become something all on its own, So
it sounds like you are 100% behind this, 1,000%. Did you code the platform yourself?
I actually did not. So I am the sole founder. We are backed by LLC, which is ran by me. But in order to
private equity that funded.
So how we funded, I'm fully funded this myself. And how I did that was, like I said, I was in law school, so we get these refund checks. So
I'm kind of wondering that, because if you were in college, I'm sure you had a job, but how did you fully fund it yourself?
So in each semester, we'd have the refund checks. All essentially, I'm paying my tuition with loans, and whatever money they didn't spend, I get these refund checks, and that's exactly how I'd fund bio.
You still have to pay it back.
100%, 100%. And I had a designer who designed the platform, and then I had a developer who developed and coded the platform.
So you paid them for their services, or you
Yes.
gave them equity stake?
I paid them for their services, 100%.
Did you offer them equity stake?
Right now,
No, but instead of at any point where you're like, damn, I really don't want to have to pay you right now, but hey, if I give you 5%, you know,
I thought about that, and
or you just want to be 100% ownership and that's it.
at first, I definitely thought about it, and the platform I was using, it was honestly pretty seamless, and it was in my budget for paying them, and but at some point there came a point where it's like, okay, I don't have enough funds right now to keep investing in this developing, because developers, it's strenuous and it takes a lot of time. But
Not
one
with
thing,
Claude Code no more, bro.
oh yeah, 100% with this
Yeah.
AI thing, but my developer, Alex, he was.
Shout him out. Does he
Yeah.
have a company or is he just
He's
freelancing?
yeah, freelancing.
Yeah.
But he believed in the product enough to work for free for about 6 or so months, and he was helping me out and coding the platform. And we'd meet each week on updates and things of that nature. And he was doing it for free. That's how much he believed in the platform. So
Alex,
without
you
him,
should have asked for transactional equity.
but he's somebody
Get you a good lawyer
who I work with again, and I would not be here without Alex. So I can't thank him enough.
How much would you say you invested into the platform? If you feel comfortable saying how much
it was $1,000. It was a lot of money, a lot of time. But it's something that, like, that's what I tell entrepreneurs. It's like, if you don't start a business if you don't believe in, if you don't have be passionate for it, don't get in it for the money, like, because you have to be willing for it to fail. Like, one of my quotes I have, like, you have to dare to fail while daring to be great. So in anything you do, you have to be passionate, so much passion about this product and this idea, that you work at it and work at it and work at it, because you may not find success in the first year, in the first month or the first year, first couple of years, and you have that passion has to keep you going.
Yeah, I mean, they say fail quickly.
Yep.
Fail to the top.
Mhm.
Fail to the
Yep.
top. Because a lot of people, I think it's hilarious. Dan Pena, do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
He's an old guy, fucking super brash, and he's a motivational speaker in a sense, and he's like a keynote speaker at events and shit. He says, "Hey, listen, success is like being pregnant. Nobody knows how many times you got fucked."
No, seriously.
Yeah.
And it's a grind. It's something that you have to work at, and you have to believe in your product so much when nobody does, because you are the reason. And that's why, that may be a challenge in having a new concept that not many people get at first. Not many people think about their legacy. They're really just thinking about the present and not really thinking about after they're gone. And that concept is something that, I'm going to have to find unconventional ways in order to show people. Because at first, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I want bio to be platform first. I don't want to show my face. I'm a younger guy. I wanted, bio to be the platform. But with this a new concept like this, I may have to do things unconventional. I may have to be front-facing and more founder-driven, because many people, they want to invest in a founder, somebody they believe in.
I feel like you kind of have to be.
100%, especially for something like, and that's something I had to learn. Is showing my face and being, more front-facing and letting people know why this platform is needed. And rather than showing them the platform, you have to give them a reason why they need it in their lives.
So, like, when I started for Brave Frameworks, my whole thing was, I don't want people to hire Sean. I want people to hire for Brave Frameworks.
Mhm.
So I kind of didn't. I mean, of course, I was taking the photos at first and shit, but I was thinking to myself, when you go to McDonald's, you don't think Ray Kroc.
Yep.
You think, hey, Big Mac.
100%.
Sell the product. Yeah, sure. Sell it at first yourself, but at some point disassociate you and who you are from the company. Because eventually, I mean, people are going to say Fabre Framework's not Sean.
100%.
But what you're doing now,
Mhm.
grassroots effort, bootstrapping it, bro. I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense, man. How old are you?
I'm 26, 27 in October,
Bro,
yes.
you know when I started this company? When I was 26.
Wow, look at that. Maybe
at
there's
that.
a lucky number with that, a magic number where you just want to invest in yourself and invest in your ideas, in your.
Well, you know what I was tired of? I was tired of the rat race, chasing that wheel, that piece of cheese at the top of the wheel, but the wheel kept spinning, bro.
Yep.
Kept spinning, never got
Yeah.
the cheese.
And
It
it's
was
something
annoying.
that's not for everyone as far as being an entrepreneur.
I don't think it is for everybody.
Yeah, some people are good at, working
Which is
for
not a
this job.
problem either.
It's not a problem at all because people
are comfortable being comfortable.
One of my things that I want to look at is like, what fulfills you? What finds you fulfillment in your life? And if working for this job, working your way up and becoming the CEO of this company, or working for this one job your whole career, where you get to go home to your family, and that maybe that will fulfill you.
I had a buddy, and it's funny you say that. I had a buddy. His name was Blake. Shout out Blake Knotts. He was like, Sean, I don't need to make $1 million. If I can work 4 hours a day, go play golf, and go home to my wife, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
I mean, he's making a lot of money now, but you know what? It's wild, bro. He used to work for us, and now he gets paid to play golf because he's that good at golf.
Wow. Look
so
at that.
He got hired by a company just to go play golf with the clients.
What? And look at that. He started off like, I'm just playing this for fun, a couple of hours out of my day.
Well, he played collegiately too, but
and he's doing this now for his job. And I guarantee you that fulfills him. It's doing
he,
that.
He is thrilled.
I bet. Rather than having to clock in and clock out, get to play golf and, and be on the golf course all day.
The company's going to pay for your golf out, and he's playing like very nice courses, private courses all over the United States on the company's dime because clients want to play with players that are good, and he's good.
That's incredible.
Yeah, but you're right. But you're right. You don't have to start a business if you don't want to. If you're fulfilled by whatever makes you happy, then go after it. But then there's lions, then there's tigers, then there's wolves that, a little bit more hungry.
And if you are an entrepreneur out there, one thing I want to tell you is like, bro, follow your gut. Like, if you have an idea, like nobody's going to love your idea more than you. You have to be the one to fight for it. And if you have an idea and you feel like, there's and it's not, and you can't do it or there's obstacles, there's always going to be an obstacle, but you have to take that first step and you have to throw yourself out there, because I guarantee you 20 years later you're going to look back and be like, what if? Don't have that what if. Go out and do it. Go out and do it. A mantra I live by is TAC, and it's think, act, and then create. Think of something. Think of a masterful idea, and the one place where a lot of people fall short is an action part. Okay, go do the research. Okay, because a lot of people they'll stop themselves before they even get started. I don't have enough money for this. Or maybe there's somebody already out there that's already doing this.
Really, the question should be, how do I get enough money for this?
Or go do the research. That's what ACT is. Go do the research. Oh, okay, it costs how much money to invest? Oh, I can get a loan. Oh, there's actually nobody in this niche. Oh, I can do this my entire... And then the create part is actually going out there and doing the work and getting this idea that you thought and you acted on, and then you actually fulfill it and create it.
And they say 90% of solving a problem is writing down the problem.
Yep.
10% is just solving it.
Yep.
I could tell. How old, you said 26? Okay, I didn't ask. Did you pass the bar?
I took it a couple weeks ago, and it takes about a month or two to get back.
Are you kidding me? A month?
It's insane.
To grade a fucking test?
It's insane. 12-hour test, but listen, man,
12-hour test?
It was 6 hours
in one day?
No, 6 hours, 3 hours like in the morning, afternoon, one day, and then 3 hours morning, afternoon the next day.
Is this the first time you've taken it?
Yep, first time I've taken it.
I think it's like 5% pass it the first time or some shit.
I don't know the number. It depends. Each state is different because there's a different.
How comfortable are you with your score?
I feel good about it. I feel great.
Passed it?
I feel good about it. I haven't.
Come on, bro.
I don't know my scores yet. But
Act.
Did
you pass it?
I'll probably find out middle of September if I passed it or not.
Manifestation, bro. Manifestation.
I passed it. I passed that test. I definitely passed that test.
Passed that test. Hey, guys, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with Happy Hour Holidays in Fabre Framework Studios with Huey. And we are back with Happy Hour Holidays on a beautiful Tampa, Florida morning. Evening, morning, afternoon. Anyways, here with Huey. Huey, so we were talking about bio, which is going to be adamantly changed to biography. No, I'm just kidding. And the fact that you just took your bar exam. You
Mm-hmm.
said you're confident. You said you gave me a 98.7% pass rate, is what you're telling me? No, I'm just kidding.
We will see. I
Why,
feel good
why
about it.
law? Why law?
Yeah, originally, in college, in my undergrad, I had aspirations of actually
What
wanting
was
to
your undergrad?
business administration.
Business.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
business admin. Most people have business admin, but I wanted to work at a record label. I thought, finding new talent and finding the next big thing, and as far as music goes, I thought that was my passion, and I was good at it. But
But like,
learning,
you were good at music.
no, just figuring,
Finding the
finding
talent.
the talent
Yeah.
early, and forecasting that they're gonna be a big star. And it's happened a couple times with some new acts, but
Like
in
who? Like who?
there's some smaller acts. I can say like who there's this a rapper called Trippie Redd. I found him super duper early. There's some singers as well. But off the top of my head, it's been a while. But that mission and kind of um that my goal in doing that kind of changed because I learned more about the business regarding artists and how they get taken advantage of, and they really don't really know their rights as far as and even
Are
though
you gonna become an agent?
that's definitely something I thought about.
Like,
Definitely,
you know who Ari Gold is?
yeah, I've heard.
Entourage.
I think I've heard of him.
I forget you're 10 years
Yeah,
younger than I.
but yeah, I wanted to work for a record label and find the new acts, but I had like a copyright class in college, and I was learning more about the business of ownership, and I kind of learned that a lot of artists get taken advantage of, and they don't really know their rights when they're signing all these
NSYNC,
contracts.
Backstreet Boys,
Yeah, TLC, like
TLC,
there's a bunch of
yeah.
acts where they're just horror stories, and
NWA.
NWA as
Yeah.
well, and I hated that feeling of just like, no, I want to fight for the artist, and there was a passion that kind of came behind me. It was like, no, Huey, your goal and your mission is like, you need to help these new artists out, make sure they know what they're signing, and help them in their contracts and regarding. So that's why I was like, okay, I want to be a lawyer and be an entertainment lawyer and help them with their contracts in music, and I have a love for film as well, so I wanted to help artists like writers, like directors, actors.
What about athletes?
Athletes as well is something I thought about as well, and that's in the entertainment umbrella as well, and that's something I
Well, you have
athletes.
to take a different test for that.
So
at least to be an agent in the NFL.
Exactly, yeah. But I have some homeboys who are, their entire aspiration was to be an agent before they even went to law school.
Because they saw Ballers.
I think that was a part of it. But law school helps them even more with understanding contracts and things of that nature. And everything an agent does, if you know law, it helps you even better. So that's something that a lot of agents, they go to law school and they start out as being an agent, and they're just right above the 8 ball a little bit better than a lot of guys who just start out only with agent. But even though you could be a successful agent without law school, I think it just helps.
And I'm going to shout out Steve Fantetti with Fantetti Legal. He's our lawyer. And he's also now, because he took the test, he's a registered agent with the NFLPA.
Congratulations, dog. That is incredible.
Yeah,
man.
He passed it, I think it was in May or April. So shout out Steve Fantetti. Any athletes out there, hit him up.
Yes, sir, man. That's a big feat.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit older. He's like 41, but
hey, you got to have a start at some point, man. You can start. You're never too late. You're never too late to start anything. So if you're not happy where you are, but you're never too late to switch gears and start something new.
So I'm surprised you didn't maybe go the route of your father, who has also been on this podcast, Huey Dunomes. All right, I think he was on season 1, so a while ago, probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
And he does great work with Metropolitan Ministries.
100%.
And, he works for a 501c3 nonprofit. Mm-hmm. So he's definitely a good guy at heart.
Yep.
Even though he hates me.
Love this guy, man. He's joking around. Love this guy.
How come you didn't go that route, though? Why didn't you want to work for a nonprofit? Or I guess you could.
Yeah, I definitely could work for a nonprofit. It's
or
still
at least
in the
provide
cards.
Attorney fees for free.
No, 100%.
Yeah,
and it's something that you as lawyers you do is thing called pro bono, where you just do work essentially for free, helping people out like that. But my dad, he definitely was a bit inspiration in my life. I remember growing up and going to and just seeing how he was, because essentially you're helping the homeless community out and help make sure they have a place to stay. And he originally, that's what he's doing now, but originally he was working as a social work, more with kids, and growing up seeing that And kind of seeing my father give back to the community, it always inspired me. And I always knew in my gut that I had to do community work. I had to, and the youth is something that I care about deeply, and helping that next generation out. And part of that, and I think about it, it's coming from my father, and just watching him in me growing up and seeing him do that work. It just made me feel like, okay, Huey, in whatever you do, no matter what it is, always have that value, that core value of helping the less than, and helping people who don't have help for themselves. So that idea and that ideology is something that I take with me in whatever I do. So in law, that's something I'm going to master. But as far as, his where he is at now, he always told me, like, Huey, whatever you are passionate about, whatever you want to do that. And my mom and my dad were both pushing that, and that is probably what made me. And if he didn't tell me that, I may have veered into, like, my mom works for the government, and maybe I would have veered to something more so that way if they didn't instill that in me. Or maybe I would have went the way of my dad in social work. But they're like, Huey, whatever you're passionate about, we'll support you 100%. And that gave me the the passion and the encouragement to, okay, Huey, what am I passionate about, and go full steam ahead with that.
So, are you seeing yourself as soon as you pass the bar, which I feel like you already have?
Hmm.
Are you going to go corporate, or are you going to start your own practice?
That's a good question. So honestly, I think I'm gonna start out private and work for a law firm. And that's honestly, a lot of people, they start out with their own practice
So it's
starting
going to
out.
be like contract law?
That's essentially what I want to do. But I will get a job wherever I can. But that's the goal, is to be a contract lawyer, and be, because you can either litigate or do transactional law, which is you're either see all those people in court where you're seeing on stand. That's more so a litigator. But I want to be more so behind the scenes and work on the contracts and things of that nature.
So you're on the civil side. You're not on the
Yep,
criminal side.
exactly,
Yeah.
100%. And a lot of people can start their own practice, but one thing that I've gotten advice from attorneys who have started their own practice, they're like, okay, work at a law firm, understand the business, understand how a practice runs, build a book of business. So once you do leave, maybe 2 or 3 years later, you already have clients coming in that are consistent and already there for you before you start your own platform
But
and your own
your
practice.
undergraduate is business administration. So
100%.
shouldn't you already understand how a business operates?
100%.
Or
But
is a practice a little bit different
yeah,
because
it
explain, I don't know.
yeah. So a law firm practice and how it runs is a tad bit different than a regular business. But you're right. I have the tools, and I've even taken some of the courses that will put me in the best position to start my own practice. So you are 100% correct. I honestly think
How
it's
does
more.
how does it differentiate from a regular business, a practice?
So practice it runs just like a
A
regular business.
business,
Like
yeah,
you have,
exactly, yeah.
these bylaws, but you do have, profit losses and things that you have, all the things a regular business has to account for. You have to account for yourself. But the biggest thing on why I wanted to work for a law firm is that building that book of business, having clients already here that I have that just want to work with me, having that already before you start your own practice is something that I wanted. But listen, it's not out of the cards.
Don't a lot of those businesses, those practices, make you sign a non compete,
So
which is like enforceable for like 6 months to a year?
it'll just depend wherever. A lot of small law firms don't do that. If you work for a big law firm like in New York or something like that, I imagine that they are a little bit more strenuous about those non-competes. But I do think that
And let's say
depending
that you're
on.
working for this law firm and you
Mhm.
bring in, say, $100 million in litigation fees. I mean, do you really think that place is going to say, "Oh, you're leaving, you're starting your own practice, you good? Yeah, yeah, all right, yeah, go ahead, take them."
I do think that is up to the client. In most times, for most cases, it's up to the client.
Yeah, I don't
If
know the
they
laws
believe in
about it.
this lawyer, and you end up going to another law firm or starting your own practice, that client trusts you. They want to work with you. Now, if they value the firm more than you, then they may find another
No,
lawyer at
let's
the
say
firm.
they hire Huey
Yep.
because of Huey,
Mm-hmm.
but now you signed a non compete with this large law firm
100%.
and you leave. You can't just take them with you, right?
It depends on which law firm you're at. I mean, if that's the case, then you'll have to. But I honestly think I haven't done the research on this just yet, but I'm pretty sure that the non-compete is more so working in like the location regarding the area and where so you're not stealing additional clients from them. right? That's mostly what the non-compete's for. So it's like you work in this location in New York. It's like for 6 months you need to work somewhere else, so you can't steal
now
our
if you
clients.
signed a non-solicitation, you're also
Right.
fucked.
Now
right?
that's
Yeah.
so read those contracts, kids. Make sure you know what you're signing before. So if you do have a goal of starting your own practice, make sure you factor that in.
Or maybe just start off from the get-go, bro. From
That's
the rip.
definitely, you may be veering me in that direction, man. And
I'm
it's,
just saying.
I mean, it's maybe something. I think it's that security just starting out. Because starting two brand new businesses is tough on its own.
Yeah, but if it was easy, everybody would do it.
No, 100%. I'm with you. So, and that's something that I've been thinking about. So it's honestly not set in stone. Regarding me working for a private company or starting my own practice, is something that I've veered toward, but I haven't really made a strong decision just yet. But I'm applying places, and I'm gonna make that decision here
So
soon.
I could tell you what my friend did, who is a lawyer, Steve Fantetti.
Mhm.
He started off working. He had his own practice, but he started off working for a corporation, not for a law firm.
Right. Yep.
An actual
Yep.
corporation
Mm-hmm.
who needed an attorney on payroll.
Yep.
Then after that,
They're counseling.
he
Yep.
started his own practice.
Mhm.
Then after starting his practice, became and for him it's worked out. I mean, he's got a beautiful house. It's huge. So
Yeah,
that's also
everybody's
another path.
Everybody's path is
I
different.
mean,
100%.
corporations do need counsel,
100%.
and
Yeah.
instead of hiring a firm, they probably hire someone and keep them in house.
In-house counsel, that's what they call
Yeah.
them. So it's definitely something I've thought about. That's a lot of my friends want to do as well. In-house counsel for Google or for a big corporation, things of that nature. But everybody's path to it is different.
I mean, you are already in-house counsel for Bio.
Exactly. I'm my own attorney,
Yeah.
and the attorneys for my family, evidently.
Mhm.
Everybody, all my family. Hey yo, if I get I'm like, I'm not a criminal attorney, but I can't help you. Now, if you got a contract you need help reading over, dog, hit me up. But if you in jail somewhere, do not call me, bro. I will veer you in the right direction to some of my friends.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, trust me. I'm in law school. All my family's calling me, asking me questions.
Why did you not want to do criminal law?
It's just something I
What
was
is
not.
it? No, Morgan is civil also, isn't it? Right?
I just wanted to. I went to law school already having entertainment law in mind. So there's a lot of kids and a lot of students that go to law school and have no idea what they want to practice, and they get veered in that direction while they're there. Some people get past the bar and still don't know where they want to go.
No
But
shit.
my story was like, I was in before I even took the LSAT or applied to any schools. I knew that entertainment law was something I wanted to do. Help the next generation of artists out, help the creators out, creator first. Like, I don't, my goal wasn't to work for Disney or like a corporation. It's even on that fact, I wanted to work for the artist.
Well, you could work for a record label, right?
That's the thing. I don't want to work for a record label either, because I want to help creators. I want to help artists out versus being on the other side on the table and helping the.
Well, then how are you farming
record
leads
label out.
then with these new people? Are you on and I don't know if this website still exists, DatPiff?
I've definitely heard of that place, but there's a bunch of
SoundCloud. I mean, I'm sure
SoundCloud as well,
yeah.
but. And just marketing, just how you market, any other business, because there's
no, but you have to find these people. How do
no
you find
100%. A lot of the biggest thing with artists is where, if I start my own, firm, it will start out with trademark and copyrights because artists want to protect their work. They want to protect their music. They want to protect their IP. And because copyright and trademark, intellectual property, whatever comes from your mind, and you wanting to protect that right. And that's where I start out with. Because finally, trademarks is like, okay, what brand do you have? If you have a new shirt or a new idea that you have out there, or maybe you're or an artist that want to protect your music, so that would be copyrighted. But if you have a logo where you have an idea that that you want to put in, you have merch or something like that, and you want that protected, that would be trademark law. So a lot of bread and butter.
Those trademarks, are you searching those people that file those, and you're like, okay, this guy's a rapper, an entertainer, an artist, and
so
I'm gonna check him out. Is that what you're doing?
So they contact you. So it's all contact based. So if I work at a law firm, those leads would come to the firm.
Sure.
But if it was on my own timing,
but
I'd have to do the work.
I'm wondering how you're doing it now.
So right now, I haven't started. I'm still just looking for jobs. I haven't really made the decision to start my own firm. But the day I do, I'd market just how I'm marketing Bio. It'd be ads. It would be my social media pages. But that would be the good thing about having your own practice and already having those clients there. But starting from scratch, you'll just get people will see your name on Google or something like that and be like, lawyers near me, and they'll call, because that's what a lot of people do. They want to get quotes from trying to get the best price, and they like, okay, how much does it cost to make a trademark? And they'll call a bunch of different lawyers. And my goal is that I'll get them on the phone, get them on a Zoom call, have a consultation, and understand their business and actually listen to their goals in mind on their aspirations on, okay, maybe their idea isn't trademarkable or copyrightable, and we have that conversation. But if it is, I'll be able to do the research to look up, okay, is there somebody out there who already has this copyright or trademark? See if this is something that I actually can do for them by searching the trademark, website and filing that trademark form or copyright form. That would be where I get my bread and butter starting out, and then eventually I'll start working with the artists regarding signing contracts regarding different deals, producer agreements that they have with, if they're a singer, if they have different producers or things of that nature. That's what I've kind of done, and I've had internships and jobs in the past where those are the things I do. So I do have some history with that already. But that would be where I start out. Trademark and copyright is where I get my bread and butter. But eventually I would help artists in their contracts and helping them with, they have a new deal with a record label and they want me to read over the contract that was sent to them to make sure, okay, what are you actually giving up as far as your rights goes? How much, how many albums do you have to drop a month or a year or some things of that nature, like making them fully understand what they're signing. That's the end goal really, is regarding the contracts.
Let's say there's an immovable clause from a label,
right,
that they're not willing to budge on. Would you kill a deal over that?
It would all be about making all this jargon and this contract talk in the most seamless way possible so the artist understands, and we'll have a conversation.
Say there's an immovable clause that is not good for the artist. And, I mean, maybe not a financial hit, but maybe, well, it would be probably. Would you kill a deal over that if the record label is saying, hey, we're not budging on, you can amend anything else, this one you can't touch? So
as a job as a lawyer is to give the information to your client in the most seamless way possible and allow them to make the decision. So there's sometimes.
So you're going to advise them, hey, listen.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Yeah,
sucks.
It's terrible, and they're going to take all of your rights, and it's going to be terrible for you.
But you could take it if you want it.
Because
I advise that you don't.
Not every artist is in the same position, man. Sometimes they have children that they got bills, dog. You know what I'm saying? So maybe in the short term, they'll take that hit for the money. And it's not an inherently bad thing, but my job is to give them the best opportunity and to know the information. That's the thing that is missed out from all of these artists. They don't know the information. So once they have that and they make the decision like, no, Huey, I understand that my rights are going to be taken here if I sign this. And this is something that it may affect me in the long term or in the short term. I need this money, man. My stomach's kids are ground. Like I got bills, dog. Like my kids, need food. So I get that, and they'll make the decision to take it, and I have to live with that, and they'll have to live with that as well. But my job is to give them the best opportunity to understand what they're signing and what information is in front of them.
You know what I want you to also do is work with fighters. MMA, BKFC.
Yep.
A buddy of mine, Vince, he's a on September 17th, I think. He's fighting in a boxing match, but he says a lot of people approach him because these fighters are signing contracts and they don't know what they're signing. They're not getting their medical bills paid. They're not getting paid for even the fight. The promotion companies are taking advantage of them.
Yep.
And we had an idea, and we're calling it Fighting for Fighters.
I love that. I like that name.
And it would be a nonprofit that would be a way for us to connect fighters with boxer or violent sports. I don't know what you fucking call it, like MMA,
like the MMA
fighting.
Martial arts. Yeah.
Combat sports.
Gotcha.
Combat sports. Those athletes with doctors, insurance companies, lawyers. I think you might be perfect for that, bro.
That's an phenomenal concept, and I think that's something that.
Well, I've never talked about it. I mean, him and we already have the plan out, but I've never talked about it on camera. So, check out Fighting for Fighters, maybe coming soon.
And I think that's a phenomenal concept because now that I think about it, it's like, a lot of those fighters, man, they just want to get to that check or they want to get that look.
Yeah.
And they'll sign it so quick. It's like, I get,
and they don't even realize what they just signed.
And they get injured and they're freaking out for months.
They're in the hospital and now they owe $30,000. Promotion company said, fight. We'll pay if you get injured. Don't pay. What the fuck?
And you're just screwed and you're injured for 6 months, because that's dangerous getting in that ring, and you never know what type of terrible things could happen in that ring, and you have to be protected. So fighters, that's something that a lot of fighters don't really think about, along with artists and creators, like fighters and even athletes, to even have a little bit more protection, because there's agencies and platforms. But with fighters, not everybody's fighting for the MMA. No. Sometimes the league they're fighting for is startups as well, in smaller leagues where they don't have.
Well, they're trying to get amateur fights under their belt before they go pro, so they're just getting torn up in the amateur rankings or rankings in the fights, and but like you said, and what you said reminded me of it. It was that, these guys are like, yo, I got bills to pay. I got kids to feed. I need it. So, I'm going to go ahead and sign it without realizing, hey, you might be signing something that is not beneficial whatsoever to your well-being or your financial well-being.
Because you get hurt and now you're in the hospital for the next, 4 or 5 months. Work. And now what are you going to do then? So now your kids really can't, have any funds for your kids right now. And if you would have looked at that contract before, you may have there may have been an agency or an amateur league over here offering you maybe $5,000 more, right? But they're not going to pay for any of your medical bills or anything like that. But this other agency, the amateur league, that $5,000 less is paying for all of that, and you end up getting injured. And now that decision, that $5,000 more, is costing you even more money, because now this other agency you went with for $5,000 more, they can't pay for your medical bills and not helping you after things go wrong or awry, and you're sitting there like, wow,
This is how some of them think, though, because I've interviewed BKFC fighters and boxers and shit. I'm gonna win,
and that's a phenomenal mindset to have.
Great,
but you have to prepare for when you don't.
But what if you lose?
Yep. And they don't think about that part, and I get it.
Which you can't think about that part.
Yeah.
If you're going out there, somebody wants to hurt you, you want to hurt them back. The only mentality you should have is, I'm gonna put that motherfucker down.
100%.
Yeah. So I get their mentality, but I mean, as a legal counsel, legal counsel, you got to pose the question.
And that's why.
But what if you don't?
Yep. And that's why fighters will exist for that reason.
So
for the
you
fighters,
think it is a good idea?
100%. Not even just for counsel, bro.
You're the third, fourth person I've told.
I think that's an incredible idea, bro. Because there's so many people who fight who has that mantra, I'm gonna get in this ring, I'm not going to lose, and they don't think about nothing else after that. But fighters for fighters is for that reason. So you're going to think about what's going to be after that, and what could go wrong, what could go awry, and protecting them, because the fighter, just like an artist, is a creator. They're not thinking about the business all the time. They just want to put out their art. Just like a fighter just wants to go in that ring and put on the best show and win, right? And just like an athlete who wants to go out on that field or on that court and win, right? They're not thinking about the business aspect of it at all times, which is why those agents exist, which is why there's counsel for lawyers, which is why fighters for fighters will be a phenomenal idea to protect those fighters, because they're not really thinking about that business aspect.
And we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation with Huey, and like, comment, and subscribe. And we're back with Happy Hour Holidays here on a wonderful Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You said you wanted to shout out your social medias.
100%. Yeah.
Are these personal or are these for bio?
These are bio. So on Instagram, TikTok, we have Bio Family Tree, and our URL, if you want to just go to our website, is biofamilytree.com, and we will also be having a crowdfunding platform called Kickstarter. This will be launched hopefully by the time this interview is out to the world, where you'll be able to support and give your own funds to support the idea, and you'll also get rewards in return in order to that you believe in the concept and the idea. And with this, I will be able to get my patents, because right now I have this thing called a provisional patent, which essentially protects your idea from that date, from a year ago or so ago.
What are you patenting?
So I'm patenting essentially the process of bio regarding that family tree and it housing your life. That concept is a completely new concept that hasn't been done before. And the reason why I want to patent that idea or that utility is because, other platforms
So it's going to be a utility patent?
Yeah. Yep. Because other platforms could easily take that idea and implement it in what they have. And I think bio is an amazing concept and idea, and I think it matters And I want to protect that IP. So that's why I'm starting this crowdfunding, site, this Kickstarter campaign, in order to get this utility and this utility patent. So I'll be able to protect my idea and just go full force. And no matter how big we get, another platform can't just take it.
Is it provisional right now?
Yep, it's at the provisional stage right now.
Okay, that's good.
Yep. So, I have like a month or two so to get the rest of the funds. So provisional or the utility will cost about $6,000. So that is what I want is I'm asking for around $7,000 because of the fees and things of that nature. Kickstarter takes some fees, and I wanted a little breathing room as well. So that is the campaign. So if you definitely believe in the idea or believe in the product, definitely support
What are the
that campaign.
rewards going to be for donations?
So the rewards, so I have like a $10 one, $50 one, and essentially you'll get um money off from how much you. So the pace model that we have now, we have with Bio is a free version essentially where you'll be able to sign up, upload, milestones, photos, videos, add all your family members, connect their bio profiles to the platform, and eventually once you upload a good amount of milestones, we ask for a subscription model. So right now our subscription model is $4.99 a month, and then we have $49.99 per year. And we also have an add-on profile that I'll talk about after that. But with the rewards, essentially you'll get for example, so for instead of $49.99, you'll get charged, $40 or something like that, or essentially be rewards on just additional tools to help you use bio.
Savings and discounts, right?
Savings and discounts, but also like to show that we're gonna have like a board of all of the members that decided to invest and help us out as far as being those early believers, and we're gonna have a document and a page with your name on it as well, as early founders, and there'll be additional rewards as well that will come out as well. But back to the paying model, I wanted to mention as well regarding the add-on profiles for users as well, where we have that because not everyone will be able to is technically savvy or can upload a bio themselves. For example, younger kids or elderly people or maybe kids with disabilities and things of that nature. So with bio, we wanted to create add-on profiles for users like that. So, let's say your mom or dad wants to create a bio profile for you, they'll get a discount of, $1.99 monthly.
You know
And
what you
then,
should probably implement in
yeah,
order to expedite that? AI
hmm
agents.
that's definitely something that is a big fad going on right now. And it's something that's changing the world, honestly, with AI. So it's something that I haven't looked into thus far. I wanted to wait till it was a little bit more data out there. Um, but it's definitely something I'm considering. I'm definitely not against it.
Yeah, when I say AI agents, I mean where for those that are technologically inhibited,
Mm-hmm.
that all they have to do is start talking to this AI agent, and the AI agent can it's almost like a VA, a virtual assistant, except AI. And it could basically walk the person through how to do it or what to do. Because a lot of people don't want to know how to do it; they just want to know what to do.
100%.
So it like Gorgias. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's an agenic model. It is very cheap, and they are leading the way in. Well, really, what they're doing is taking over VAs and making it AI. But you got to implement some kind of AI into
Yeah,
bio,
I think
right?
that's something beneficial. But I think there are always going to be users that that have disabilities and maybe they can't do it, or the elderly that really just can't see or something. And I think the value in that is it's their own family uploading those
Mm-hmm.
things for them. Those
I get that
days.
part.
Those days where
It's a good idea.
their kids are may have a disability and they're at Disney World or something like that. They want to have that in their own bio profile. They'll be able to upload that for them, and I think that's a value that not only will you be able to upload your life for yourselves, but for the family that can't upload their own lives, they'll be able to have a way to upload their lives for them.
Shouldn't there also be a way for the platform to scrub the internet for content, and then there's a dashboard where it shows all the content that may be associated with you, and you can either approve or deny, and then it get posted onto your
That's a
site.
good idea. I'm definitely something I would consider, but I do think that starting out at least right now for launch and what I want to focus on right now is just that new concept of just like this is your life, man. Like I want you to come up with all the things that even they may have happened in the past, but it's more so what's happening presently, like what happened today, and then thinking about okay,
Yeah, but how cool would this be,
that'll
Huey?
be,
If this episode gets posted, when it
mm-hmm.
gets posted, um, straight to your bio, approve or deny this post. Boom, approve. Now you didn't have to actually upload anything.
That would be phenomenal. Yeah, that would be a little bit more streamlined and seamless. That's something I definitely would consider with all the new technology coming out. That would be a good idea. You know, like instead of like everybody having to send you all these photos and stuff like that, or you taking them yourself, all maybe your friends who may post them on the internet somewhere, it'll automatically go to
Facial
you.
recognition sees your face,
Yeah.
goes, okay, Huey, boom. Hey, Huey, do you want to post this? Yes or no? No, not that one. No. Oh, that one? Yeah. Bro, that would be fucking.
That would be, and listen,
that
like
would be nuts, man.
I see bio being here for like years, like 50 years, 100 years, like, and down the line, that would be something as
Longer than
technology,
that.
exactly,
Yeah.
even longer than that. So that's something that with new technology as it comes out, we'll keep updating and we'll
It's
keep.
already here, bro.
No, you're 100% right with that. But on that note,
Talk to Alex.
yeah, I gotta talk to my guy Alex. But I do want to talk about like where do I even see myself in like 5 or 10 years, like the next steps and things of that nature. And the biggest thing where we are right now and where I see ourselves in the next 10 years is first I want to have a there's this thing I want first I want to make an app. That's something that I want to do as well.
Bio doesn't have an app yet?
So we just have a website right now.
Oh,
An
okay.
app investing in an app is a little bit more strenuous and more a lot more time and things of that nature. So that's something I want to invest in first. But ultimately in 5 to 10 years, I want to have a global platform. Like as of right now, we're based in the United States, but I want bio to exist all around the world because I think that, you know, it's not just something that us in America and our families here can benefit from. Because our lives and what we did while we're here, that concept and that idea, that matters to anyone in any part of the world. So my goal is to globalize this and I want to be in every country that has, you know, internet capability and
which is now every country in the world.
exactly. So that's
Because of Starlink.
yeah, Starlink.
Yeah.
That's something I want to invest in and have us everywhere. And another thing that I want to have for I call it volume 2 of what bio is a documents tab, right? Because as of right now,
What do you mean documents tab?
I'll explain. So as of right now, bio is you go on your bio profile. There's a timeline starting out when you are the earliest entry to the last entry, and a timeline it goes downwards, and you'll be able to browse the milestones. So maybe your family, maybe they don't want to go through the entire thing. They'll implement, okay, I want to go to this part in their life, and they'll be able to go there. But
wouldn't it just be a search function?
that would there's a keyword
Like
function as well.
let me type in 2026. Boom, here's all of 2026.
Exactly. That's something we have as well, and also the milestone function as well, where you're able to maybe type in a keyword. Okay, how did my mom meet my dad, or anniversary, or a graduation that you wanted
When
to
was
see.
I conceived?
Yeah. Hopefully you're not putting that. But if it's on there, you'll be able to find that. But with documents tab, I think it'll expand bio even more when I talk about advice and I talk about things you want to leave behind to your lineage as far as a blueprint to how you got successful, right? Or maybe you were a poet and you want to put all of your work, or you have like a journal of
I see what you're
letters
saying.
and things of that nature.
So essentially, combining something all into one folder almost, and then if I search, happy hour holidays, boom, everything associated with happy hour holidays will be just in that folder. If that's
So
all
it will be a tad bit different. So as of right now, you'll have like a timeline with photos, videos, and like a little story that you want to put with those photos and videos of that moment. But the documents tab will be something separate, where it's like a bunch of different folders of different parts of your life.
Sounds like Dropbox almost.
In a way, 100%, where you'll be able to look up. It could be eventually. I want to have a process where you even put medical history. Obviously, we'll update our privacies and things of that nature. But
violating a bunch of HIPAA laws right there.
But we'll have our privacy and things of that nature intact. But I think those things are important, like where you have medical in your history information where your family knows those types of things, because not a lot of people keep those records and documents.
Do you know what metadata is?
I think I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you allow your poster, the person posting it, to type in keywords into the metadata of the content,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's searchable.
Yeah.
So, let's say, I don't know, camera, Nikon, whatever, and they put that into the metadata while they post it, and now they want to see. Oh, that was a bad example, actually. Yeah, no, keep going. Never mind.
So, and the one thing I did want to mention as far as like the next steps regarding the 5 to 10 years, eventually, what will make this platform more seamless is because as of right now, like I said, I want your life for your 5 generations down the line, for your family to see who you were. They go on a family tree and they go 5 down and say, okay, who was my grandfather? Who was my great grandfather? And to see your life. To make that process more seamless, let's say you have a great great granddaughter. The goal in mind that I have is you go on the platform, go on our family tree, and you type in, let's say, your grandfather's name. And everyone in his family tree that he put in there will generate in your family tree. So all the family members that he put in every bio profile that was connected to his family tree is now your family tree. So you don't have to go in and invite all your family members once more. All those people in those 3 or 4 generations in the past,
Yeah, it migrates.
They'll essentially connect and link to your family tree. So all you have to do is press a button and you'll be able to see the lives of, generations and generations of people. And, those are the things that when I look to 5 to 10 years later, even less than that, like that's the ultimate goal.
Do you have a depiction of the family tree? Is it an actual tree then?
Yeah, 100%. It seems like an actual
it's like
tree.
If you're on the website, it's got a picture of the person, their
Mm-hmm.
name, and then it branches.
So the one thing that Bio does that's different than any other platform is a lot of platforms that exist today as far as family trees go, there's just one static family tree of like everyone there, and it's kind of, aggressive, and it's a lot once you add like a bunch of different generations in there. But one thing with Bio that makes us different is, let's say you click on your great grandfather or even your dad, their immediate family shows up. So it's not like you're having all your cousins and
so it doesn't like just branch out
from
right?
everyone, from your first cousin, your second cousins, all of that.
Yeah.
Let's say you click on your second cousin or your,
then it branches out.
and then it goes to their immediate family. So their mom, dad, brother, sister, daughter, son,
and
that'll all they
them,
see.
Right?
Yep, their profile. There'll be a profile
What would be
picture
kind
as
of
well.
cool if they are a member of Bio, for them to be able to add something underneath their name, like a tagline.
And that's something that we already have implemented, where you'll have their name on the family tree, and what happens is there's like a plus sign and we have this eyeball figure. If you click on the eyeball figure, it'll show up their side panel, and their side panel has
images,
essentially
videos.
like when they were born, things of that nature, and also an introduction, which will the same thing when you click on
person.
Exactly. Yes. So what happens is you click on a person's bio profile, the first thing you see is an introduction of what they want to be known at, or the first thing they want people to see, like, yo, this is, the life I wanted to leave behind. These are the values I have, and I'm glad that you're here, et cetera, et cetera. That introduction, when you click on that side panel, once you click on that on their family tree node, they'll see that introduction. They're like, okay, who is this person? And then once you click on that bio profile, you'll see that first before you go into their life.
So let me ask you a question. I want to sign up. This to me is, I love being able to put all my shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
I go sign up.
Right.
Do I have to now go through my social medias, download the shit I want in order to upload it? Or is there a migration from social media where it could just import all that content? Is there...
So the reason why... So right now we have an upload process where you just upload from your camera roll. And the reason why I have it that way is because of these milestones. The milestone is the biggest thing, right? Because not everything that you post on social media, you may not want to put, to the world. Everything you put on social media is kind of front facing.
I get that. But I've been on Facebook since like 2005.
100%. Yeah.
I've been on Instagram, like since 2010.
100%.
I don't want to have to go and like download all that content and upload it. Is there no way to import it?
As of right now, the reason why we don't is because I want it to. It's the bio supposed to. It's supposed to be for your life now and going forward.
But you're 26, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Not many milestones already. I mean, you're not married.
No, not married. Yeah. No.
No,
But
no, I've been married for 8 fucking years, bro.
there's a
You
lot of
think
stuff you
I'm
want
gonna
to
go
put
back
in. Yeah,
there and download the wedding pictures, make it a milestone? Hey, I got married.
100%. I do.
Or wouldn't it be easy if it just imported from social media and then I approve or deny whatever the hell it was?
I
It's a thought. It's a
It's
thought.
something that I'm honestly considering, and I think that it's a great idea because sometimes you don't want to go back and actually
Like all
type
these happy
out
hour holidays episodes, I think we have like 120, bro.
100%. You don't want to go in
I'm
there
gonna
and
go
put.
in there and download each one from YouTube and upload 120.
But what I will say is, the things that you tell the world is something that you may not want to
Nah, I'm
put in
me,
the
dog.
same way to
I'm
your
me.
family.
I'm me.
Like even I'm not talking about the happy.
I
Even
don't even give
something
a
like
fuck if my family knows.
even
Dog.
something like a
Boom.
even something like a wedding, right? Where you may type a caption and you post it to the world, right? That once you put this is going to be for your family. Maybe you want to say something completely different than what you said on
So this
Facebook
is
20
more
years
just
ago.
family based, is what you're saying?
100%. This
And
is
what if
only
I
for
just
your
want everything on the internet straight to my bio, dog?
as far as that. Listen, you can post your link in that
And
bio
and I don't give
profile.
a shit what my niece sees or my nephew
Yeah,
sees
you could do that. Yeah.
or my cousin over there sees. I just want everything boom
You can make your
populated.
bio public to the world as
Yeah.
far as of right now, it's family based, meaning once you log on and the people in your family tree, and those are the people who can go in and see your life, right? But you can copy that link regarding of your bio profile if you wanted to share it, and you can post that link anywhere. And if you have it public, anybody who clicks on that link will be able to go and see your life. And that's something that I wanted to have as well, because you are right that maybe I want to show the world, this, but I also wanted the option that this is something that I wanted closeness for just my family and for them to see. And I think that's an important caveat as well. It's like, this is for your family that you will never get to see, right? And something that you posted on social media maybe 10 years ago, and
I
it maybe,
I still want my family to see all of it.
yeah, and
100% transparency.
I think that's something that,
That would just be me though,
yeah, and not everybody, so there will be people like that. But
because I ain't got nothing to hide.
and a lot of people are like that. But I think once you realize it's like, okay, my family now will see this, and the people after you,
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
start to write differently. You'll start to say things that on that moment and how you felt. You may want to put in some
won't,
advice
Huey.
in there.
I won't. I fucking just say it, dog.
Yeah, you just say that like just
I
how you said it
don't
10 years
give a
ago. You're like,
fuck.
fuck it, hey,
Yeah.
hey, how the world saw it is how my family's gonna see
Yeah,
it.
bro.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm okay with that. You know why? Because
Mhm.
I'm me.
and I respect that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
But the one thing about social media, it's like a lot of people put only the good parts and the highlights, right?
That's true.
And the front facing and like the things people want to see. Bio's the time where you show maybe the times where you had that loss and you grew from it, and you had those moments of doubt, and the things you didn't want to show to social media, you didn't want to show the world and broadcast all the good things about. Maybe you want to show people that of your family of the bad parts of how. Because one thing my cousin told me, he was like, when he's talking to all the older people in our family, he's like, you got to where you got to, but you didn't show us those dark moments, dog. And you didn't show us like all we see is the good part. We see the big house and the family, and we didn't see the times where you struggled. Where I'm going through that same stuff right now. I'm struggling right now, dog. And if I would have known that you went through those same things, man, I could have got some advice from you. I could have, and that's what Bio's for. It's like, okay, you didn't just amass all this wealth and glory day one. You had nights where you had dark nights and you struggled, but how did you get through those moments? And that's the part of social media that's not being shown. And that's the thing where I think Bio will be able to help people say, okay, oh, so you had anxiety, you had depression, you had this sadness, and somehow you got through that. You weren't just this happy-go-lucky and all the time. That my great grandfather had anxiety too. Wait, how did he get through it? How did he get through those? And that's the part where I think it's important that not a lot of people think about. And when you're on social media, that's all you see.
I'm not gonna disagree with you.
Yeah. So
That is actually a very rational point, and that's awesome.
and that's something.
That's awesome. Actually.
Yeah, and I think that's something that not a
Because
lot of people think
nobody on
about.
social media say, "Oh, I'm depressed. I'm gonna kill." Well, I mean, some people have done it, but
It's not something you want to broadcast to the world. You kind of hide that.
I mean, I still don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I still do.
but that's all you see is the joyful
Yo,
moments,
did you
the
watch
highlights.
any other episode other than your dad's?
I caught clips and things of that
That's
nature.
a no. Jesus Christ.
But I'm definitely going to look into it now because I just got from vacation things of that nature, so I've been kind of busy. But that's something that I want to do, because podcasts are something I invest in. I love podcasts. So it's something that I'm definitely going to look into. But I definitely saw my dad's episode, and I want to look
The
at
only
more.
reason I asked you is because on here, bro, I've talked like some shit that has gone down in my life. I mean, nothing bad has though. I mean, I don't know, but you're right. You're right. If well, that's where you make it private to your family tree,
Exactly,
I
yeah.
guess.
If
Yeah.
you wanted to talk about those moments where it's like, all right, how did you get through those moments that of loss or failure, and how did you
Hookers and
turn that?
cocaine, bro. How else does anybody else get through
No,
it?
you're funny, bro.
Allegedly.
But that's important, bro. Like, how'd you get from that loss, and how'd you turn it into something, to a win? You know, because not every loss is terrible. Sometimes the losses turn into lessons, and how you learn
Failures are
from it.
the only way to learn in life. And
I
learning
agree.
from others' failures is actually the best way not to fail.
Exactly. And what if you could go to on a family tree and look at, oh, this is how, my grandfather, who else, even though he was a great entrepreneur, he failed a lot. And these are the parts where he had some pitfalls. And those are the things where it's like, okay, maybe I could go in a different
You
way.
know what? I wish I had that right now.
And it would be very beneficial, just to see the blueprint
Yeah.
of the good in his life, the bad in his life, but not just how he amassed his career, but who was he as a father? Who is he as a son? Who was he in his community? Who is he as a person, as far as your grandfather and things of that
And
nature?
it's something about somebody that shares your last name or some kind of familial bond that makes you want to respect their opinion a little bit more than a stranger.
Trust, exactly. and
Yeah.
and even though we're in the information age, and there's
We are.
information all around us,
There
man, there's
is.
a lot of people that keep all those secrets to themselves.
Yeah.
They don't want to give it out to the world. But somebody like this is going to your family. It's like, bro, I'm gonna give them all the tricks and the trades of how I got successful. I'm gonna leave them the exact blueprint of how I amassed the success.
Well, hopefully that you're gonna provide your offspring with a will and trust
Oh, 100%. That's
that
another
will
thing.
last for generations,
Hmm.
and then they won't have to work.
That's the goal. Yeah, put all my money in the trust, because
Yeah.
that's what you need to do. Put all your money in the trust.
What kind of trust?
Non-taxable.
Irrevocable or revocable?
It just depends, because
Yes.
irrevocable is for people who are elderly, and people who can't really. Because revocable means you can change it anytime
Yeah.
you want. Irrevocable is almost like it's kind of set in stone in a way,
Yep.
and that's good for people who may have a disability and things of that nature. So family can't come in and be like, "Yo, let's change your trust now." Nope, you got that irrevocable trust. It's set in stone. So if you do have Alzheimer's, or there's something like that, that's why that irrevocable trust is needed. And I think that's beneficial for it. Just depends on how person you
Are
are.
you gonna do one more segment, or are you good?
I'm good to go, man. This was phenomenal.
All
I
right.
appreciate.
So leave
Yeah.
the audience something that you want to tell them. Once again, maybe shout out your handles.
Yeah, 100%. I just want to tell you guys, your life matters to the family that you will never meet. And that's something I want to leave with you, that your legacy, that people think that happens at 70 or 80 years old, you're living that legacy right here today. So document it. You can follow us on social media at BioFamilyTree on TikTok and Instagram, and our URL is biofamilytree.com. And support, support, support. Thank you.
All right, that was. Hey, guys, this has been another episode of Happy Hour Holidays, and I'm your host, Sean Fabre. Thank you,
Thank you,
Huey, for
thank you,
coming
Sean,
in.
for inviting me on Happy Hour Holidays. This was my first podcast, so I just want to say thank
Bro,
you
this
for
guy crushed it. I mean,
extending out that olive branch and allowing me this platform to just tell the world about my business and about my life. And I just appreciate you agreeing to this, because not a lot of people are, that, they don't care about a lot of things other than what's going on in their lives. So the fact that you extended out that olive branch to ask me a little bit about what's going on in my life, I can't thank you enough, bro. So I just want to say thank you, dog.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, all the way, man. 100%.
Thank your dad for that.
Yeah, my dad. Thank you, pops. Thank you, pops, for that connection, dad. Because without you and that connection, I would not have heard about Sean and the amazing work he's doing here with his podcast. So definitely, I thank you, dad, a lot. 100%.
So, boom. This concludes this episode of Happy Hour Holidays. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Follow.
And follow, yeah. And have a great fucking rest of your day.